Ricer. What's up, guys? We're installing some Underglow because I'm an ultra ricer. I actually already installed this Underglow kit once, but then I bottomed out and destroyed one of the LEDs. So I had to send it back, and this is the second kit. It was my fault, but this kit's pretty good. I think it's called the Kojiro one. It's like $69.99 on Amazon, and it's far worth. I bought some of the shittier $30-$40 ones before, and they're not nearly as bright as this one. So we're gonna get some Underglow on the car for Milwaukee's Brew City Banger this weekend. We're gonna be driving Friday night at the skid pad at Great Lakes Dragway in Wisconsin, and then Saturday's Brew City Banger in Milwaukee at the Milwaukee Mile. And we're going to be driving with Jake, Alex, and some other friends there. BP, Brian Peter, the legend. Also, T-Pain's going to be there drifting, so that's pretty cool. So let's get into this install. So first thing you're going to do is you're going to get a bunch of stuff bundled up all in one. So these are the two actual connectors that connect the two LED strips because it splits off on one side. So you put one side front, corner, back. Actually, one of my biggest complaints about this kit is the fact that none of these disconnect. So wherever you're running your wire through, you can't just run a wire and then reconnect it. You have to run the whole LED strip all the way down it. So you have to feed, if you're starting in the front, you have to feed the back one in first, then the side one, and then you have to keep running them all the way down the car. Kind of an annoyance. So usually this comes with one of these. There we go. One of these connected to it. And instead of using the cigarette lighter thing, you can do this. More than welcome to do that. I cut it off and use the wiring to do an add-a-fuse. So I'm going to do an add-a-fuse into my fuse box for the power. And then I put a ring terminal on here for a ground spot inside the car. This is the actual LED module, or Bluetooth module and controller. Trying to think. I think that's pretty much it. We're going to just start with the front of the car. We'll do the driver's side first. Start with that. Let's get to it. First things first, I'm putting the car up on 4 jack stands because I'm going to have to take the wheels off to hide the LED strips where I want to hide it, or the wiring. We're going to start with the front bumper here. So like I said, I already previously installed this, and I'm mostly going to be using the 3M tape that's on it, but I'm also going to be drilling some holes to use zip ties, just because I don't really trust the 3M tape, and I want it to be extra secure. So every car is going to be a little different, obviously, but kind of just look under here. So I'll kind of show you. So I have mine up in this little recess here, so if it bottoms out, it's not going to hit it. I already drilled a couple extra holes to just wrap some zip ties around in spots like here, and I'm going to also use the 3M tape on this. Okay, so we just got our first driver's side light attached, sticky taped, and it is zip tied. So now we got to take this driver's side wheel off because we're gonna have to run all this behind there. All right, so we just finished installing the side pieces. I drilled some little tiny holes to run a zip tie through, and then wiped it all off to use the 3M tape as well. Got it ran up in here, all tucked behind where the wheel won't touch. We're about to do the rear one now. This one's kind of difficult because I have my bumper cut. You could see real easily where the LED should sit, but I have the spot that I think I'm going to put it in that I think will work out all right. I'll show you guys in a second. So I've just finished up doing this back section. So I have it 3M taped to the angle of the sticky part, and then I got all the extra wire tucked behind here on the bash bar. I have one zip tie just in case the 3M fails. And the nice part is, can't see it from right here. So I'm going to do the same thing. Now I'm just going to basically repeat the same process I just did on everything on this side. Clean up some of my zip ties. Everything's all tucked up in there. Same with down here. Everything's tucked up, hidden. The wheel's not going to be able to hit this when it's at angle. Yeah. So I just repeat the other side now, and then I'll show you guys once we get to the wiring part how to do that as well. All right. Other side's completely done. This side's up. That side's up. What's up, B? Don't smell that brake clean. You're gonna get high. So now we just gotta hook up the actual control module, the power to it. So where I run it, I am gonna run these through this little hole right down here in front of the radiator. And then my power wire, which I have way too much of it currently, but that's okay. I'm just gonna basically route it nice and clean under the hose or up above, maybe with that other wiring. And then there's a grommet right over here where this is going through that I'm gonna run it into the cabin. All right, so this is where that little grommet's gonna be. And there's one of my wires and two of my wires. So I'm gonna tuck them up behind this panel. It's probably actually easiest if you take this panel out. But we aren't gonna do that because I can fish it up behind it without having to take it all the way out. All right, so what I did is I went to the fourth open slot on the right side in the fuse box here. 1, 2, 3, and then it's the fourth one. And that is the window motor. So I added the fuse into there. I grounded to here. And now all of our wiring's complete. I have all of our connections done under here. Might be kind of hard to see. I got some slack up in the bumper here, the cables, and then I have the modules zip tied up here. And then everything ran into the car. So now, if I turn everything on, it should work. Let's find out. All right, here's the finished product. So this, these neons have like 120 different modes or something, or 180 modes. It's pretty insane. So the car's still in the air, but obviously once it's on the ground, it'll light up even better because it'll be closer to the ground. But you can't see any of the lights, LEDs underneath the bumpers, underneath from the side. I definitely recommend if you're looking at getting Underglow that these are an awesome move. I'd pick these over some of the cheaper ones. So, all right, guys. Catch you guys next time. Hopefully we'll be drifting this weekend. Have a good one.